This is Elliott Serrano and Jose Melendez coming to you from Dreamland Comics in Schaumburg, Illinois. This is the Comic Culture Warrior YouTube channel, and we are now at the part that we call Last Rants, where we kind of wrap up these discussions. And I'm kind of done on comics myself, you know. This is one of those.
You're in a shitty mood today.
I know. This has been one of those weeks where it was not fun to be a comic book reader. It just was not. It was not a fun week to be a comic book reader for me.
I got caught up on all my Captain Britain and MI13.
Captain Britain, see,
so
that
I bought
book,
all those this week.
And that's a book, we've said it, that book rocks. But no,
any comic that has vampires living on the moon, and then said vampires are being shot out of cannons from the moon towards Great Britain, now that's a fucking comic book.
It is, but
It's
because
awesome.
Paul Cornell wrote it.
Yeah.
Now, if Jeff Loeb tries doing that, it somehow becomes the stupidest idea on the planet. Because the execution of it would be incredibly lame.
No, I totally agree.
And I'm
but the
sorry.
concept of shooting vampires from cannons on the moon to Great Britain, it's a pretty awesome idea.
And
It's
that's
been done before.
Yeah, and this is also, and I know this is me taking off I'm a writer and I should be diplomatic talking about other writers right now, but at this point, Jeff Loeb is a big boy, and you know you got to call bullshit when you see it. So sorry, the Emperor has no clothes.
I think one of our commenters made that analogy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Emperor has no clothes. Sorry,
Especially that analogy about Jeff Loeb too.
was it Jeff Loeb or I don't know?
Yeah, I think it was Jeff Loeb.
In any case, outside of comics, television has the stuff that to me was what was noteworthy. Dollhouse had yet another episode that was supposed to be a big episode. Joss Whedon was touting it as one of his favorite episodes of the season. Although I couldn't see it because I watched the Battlestar Galactica series finale, and I've seen every episode of BSG, so there was no way I was going to miss this one. So before I get into BSG, how was Dollhouse?
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was it ass kickery? Was there ass kickery?
There was actually, there was ass kicking. There was actually an awesome fight scene in it towards the end, but actually dealt with some pretty delicate issues. What happened was you know how they've been building up this relationship between the male and the female doll, about how one of the guy who's playing like the Russian with the accent, he likes one of the dolls, even. Well, something happens where he goes up to her at the beginning of the episode and touches her on the shoulder, and she starts screaming like crazy, and the higher-ups believe that he sexually assaulted her at some point. Oh. So the episode deals with somebody in the dollhouse sexually assaulting that character.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
yeah, but it was. I thought it was a very delicate issue, but I thought it was actually handled very well. Mm-hmm. Joss Whedon wrote that episode,
right.
And he's the type of guy, especially even when on Buffy, he would take very strong subject matter that's not really as easily dealt with, and deals with it in a manner that treats it with respect, and he knows his way around dealing with certain topics like that, and I think he handled it very well. But yeah, since you haven't seen it, there's a lot of... It was a spoilerific episode, and we can talk about it more... we can talk about it more next week after you see it.
I'll catch it on Hulu.
Yeah,
okay.
Because I don't want to... There is some, there's a lot of big things, and this is the episode that... if you were going to miss one episode, this wasn't the episode to miss, to watch some other shitty show on the Sci-Fi Network.
It was not a shitty show. No.
I can't get into that show.
No, well, nah. Battlestar Galactica, on the other hand, finally brought everything to its conclusion, and the episode was... Okay.
So was Starbuck a Skrull?
No. You know, the problem is we still don't know what Starbuck is. As far as I know, Starbuck is an angel, if you can believe that.
I can't.
Yeah. And the humans have found Earth, and...
was it right where they left it?
No. In fact, it was another one. It was like a third one. Yeah. And
see, that's why I can't watch that show. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
it was basically saying that human nature is what it is, and we repeat ourselves. We are in this constant cycle of birth and destruction and death, and birth and renewal, destruction and death, and
So
it
it
just
took
goes
4
on and on.
seasons to get that point across?
Pretty much.
Wow.
But it was a hell of a ride on the way, and the very last scene where the Galactica and the entire fleet are being flown into the sun with the strains of the original Galactica theme playing underneath was pretty cool. So, but nah, it was. I remember after I finished watching that episode, I felt very much the same after seeing Watchmen. I wasn't sure how I felt about it. I said, I'm gonna have to really think about it before I have a verdict. And just like Watchmen, where left me with a lot to digest, and in the end, I did like it. Same with Battlestar Galactica. There's a lot of it that I still need to figure out, but I enjoyed it, and I thought that the show was a consistently good show for the time it was there, and it's way better than some of the other stuff that's on television.
Could have been worse. The last episode could have ended with them all in jail, sitting around talking.
or it could have ended like right before the fleet is going to find Earth, and they go, look! And then it all goes black. And then you hear Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah, see, I didn't watch that shitty show either. I know, some of you guys probably love that show, but
The Sopranos,
I couldn't get in. There's just some shows that people tell me are really good, but I just don't see it. And I just can't. Those are two of the shows right there I couldn't get into for whatever reason. I gave them a chance. Sopranos, I could really give two shits about. And Galactica was another one. I was like, yeah, some of the episodes I saw of Galactica were pretty well done. I just couldn't get into it.
Right.
I just didn't care.
Right. It's different tastes.
No, there's good tastes and there's bad tastes.
Okay. Beyond that,
and still talking about shows. Have you watched? We talked about this a little bit. Did you watch Ashes to Ashes yet?
No.
BBC America. Okay, I'm done watching that show, and this is why. Somebody at BBC America got the bright idea, or obviously maybe somebody told them they should do this, but they started subtitling because some of the accents, some of the British accents are now okay. But here's the thing. They don't subtitle.
English.
Yeah, they don't subtitle the whole thing. All right, they don't even subtitle all of certain characters. Just select dialogue. So it just comes up whenever, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I can fucking understand English. I don't need subtitles to read, to understand English. I'm fine with it.
It wasn't like Brad Pitt in Snatch, was it?
Well, no, it's not. No. But it's ridiculous because, like I say, there's no rhyme or reason to the subtitling. It's just someone who's subtitling it thinks that someone would have a problem understanding it.
Right.
But again, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It just comes up whenever.
Oh.
And it's really distracting and it's fucking terrible. And I'm done watching that show. I'm just going to download all the ones that are already aired in Britain and I'm going to watch them. No, I'm not, because that's illegal. I would never do that. But what are they doing? It's stupid.
I don't watch it, so I wouldn't know.
And you know what? People who are watching the BBC America, who are watching those shows, all like those shows regardless, and I'm sure they all understand what they're saying, or else they wouldn't watch it anymore. Yeah. Unless they're trying, but they've been touting Ashes to Ashes, like, they have all these blurbs and all these quotes about how awesome it is from all these magazines and news sources, and I think they're just trying to get as many people as they can to watch the show, even stupid mainstream America, who, some of the people in the South probably would have a hard time understanding. Hell, people in the South have a hard time understanding what we're saying, let alone people with English accents. So maybe that's who they're subtitling it for. But it's just ridiculous. So BBC America, fuck you. I'm still going to watch your other shows on there, but I'm not watching the show that you're trying to push because now you're subtitling it, and it's ridiculous. Sorry. I'm done with that.
Well, I can't think of a better note to end this on. So thanks, folks, for joining us, and we look forward to your comments, your feedback. As always, You still look? I'm sorry. You still looking for a PS3?
Well, you just put that video up like yesterday.
Yeah, but
so
the way people jump on our stuff, I don't know.
I don't care.
You don't care? Okay.
Whatever.
That's that.
Give it more than a day, and then I'll see. I haven't been home all day.
I don't think anybody wants to play with you anyway.
That's fine. I don't get along with people very, very well. Anyway.
Really? I wouldn't have gotten
that. No, I'm lying. I get along with everybody.
Uh-huh.
Splendidly.
We'll see you folks next time.